feel like I can safely say that most women out there love the impact that makeup gives us. Flawless skin, smooth, evens things out, puts all the brightness in the right spaces. But what we don't want is actually for our face to look like we have makeup on. So today's look is exactly how to make a no makeup look. I think I've cracked the code, and this is what we're gonna use. These and these. And a few little pencils. Let's do it. The first thing that you're gonna need is really hydrated, well-balanced skin. If you don't have your skincare dialed in, then your makeup isn't gonna look very good. So I have applied a nice little boost of the SEINT moisturizing cream to my normal morning skincare. I put this on maybe 5 minutes ago, and I'm just letting it kind of absorb in until my skin feels dry to the touch. You don't want your skin to feel like it's not completely absorbed before you start putting your makeup on. Otherwise, the makeup will just slip around because we're going to be using cream-based makeup. Onto our palette. So I'm just using one foundation shade today. This is called Hazel, and it's the one that closely matches my skin tone. And I'm just going to use my finger and start to apply a good amount of it in some key spots. And then to this, I'm going to add this bronzing drops by Milk that I just got in the mail. And I tried this earlier and I'm obsessed with it. So these bronzing drops, this is the Bionic Glow, and I've put a little bit of it, just a little dollop of it on the back of my hand. And I'm going to this around like lotion on my skin. It's going to mix with my foundation highlight, creating almost like a BB cream finish. Once it's most of the way rubbed in, I'm just gonna take this B² brush. This is the blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going to just buff and even everything out. For this type of a look where I don't want to have any kind of full coverage makeup, creating this BB cream out of the products that I love anyway is really ideal. I think that adding a little bit of a bronze finish to my skin really helps for me to feel like my look is elevated. The next thing I'm gonna do is just take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to mix my contour and my bronzer. So the bronzer that I'm using is Fiji Cream Highlight, and I've already gotten like a baseline of bronze going, so I'm just adding a little in my contour area and around the perimeter of my face. Okay. Now for the lip and cheek. The one that I think looks the most close to just a natural flush to the cheek is one of our seasonal colors right now, and it's this one called Everred. I'm just gonna take a light brush, really fluffy, just kind of buff this on. It's really transparent. It's not a matte shade, and I already have a sheen to my skin because of the bronzing drops had some shimmer to it. And this is, since it's not a matte lip and cheek either, I wanna really be very careful not to go too much. Just a little kiss. And then I'm going to add just a bit and sheer this out to the center of my lips, not going all the way to the edge. We're going to use Suede lip liner, which is this lighter shade here, and a skinny little brush like this to quickly and easily line the lip. What we're looking for here is just separation between our natural skin and our lip, and this is the perfect shade. SEINT created absolute perfect shade of liner. You can use any gloss that you want. It should just be a really glossy gloss though. When I started the look, I was careful to make sure that I put a little bit of my cream highlight on my eyelids just as a base. I'm not really going to do much in the way of eyeshadow, but I am going to take a fluffy brush, and this is Starlet Illuminator, and I'm going to do two things. I'm just going to wipe that quickly across this super fluffy brush right here. Tiny little bit on the tops of my cheekbones. Run it across my eyelids as well. Just base of shimmer. You can even put on the tip of your nose. And then as far as the shadow goes, so you can see what I'm doing, I have a magnifying mirror here and a little bit of that filly, and I'm just going to run it along my lash line like that and just kick it out a little bit. It helps a lot if you use a brush that already has an angled tip on it. You can make this as big and bold as you want, or as opaque as you want. You don't want anything more than just that little tiny bit. I'm going to use the YSL mascara. This is the Lash Clash. I love this stuff. Heavier coat on the top lashes than the bottom. Curling of the lashes. And then I'm going to show you how to finish this off. So because there is shimmer in the bronzing drops and shimmer on my cheek from the Illuminator, and because I used a non-matte lip and cheek, I am going to try out this brand new Milk Makeup matte setting spray. You got to set your makeup when you use cream-based makeup. I don't want to add any more shine to my face. It's already got enough. And if I add more, then I'm just going to look like a slick pizza face. Tiny little bit of our Vanilla Dust setting powder, which is right here. So just some key spots with this Vanilla Dust underneath where the contour is, along my chin, nose, leaving this area here nice and shimmery and shiny, and through the T-zone and forehead, underneath the eye and down the sides of the nose. But this is a minuscule trace amount of powder. And if you look at my skin looks really good. This is the last chef's kiss on the whole thing, and that is to add some freckles. I've got two pencils here. So the first one is the Extreme Precision Liner, and I'm just gonna dot this on, and then you just take your finger and kind of soften. And you do this until you're sort of satisfied. And the difference between that pen and this guy is this will leave a little bit darker and kind of a little bit fatter of dots. And so if you want those messier dots, you can add that. I think both do a really nice job, but I personally think that adding freckles to a look like this gives you that skin finish and you don't see any makeup. You just see tint, like a nice soft tint.